It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Hi everyone, my name's Spencer and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be setting up my August bullet journal spreads, and I swear something was in the air because as I was about halfway through sketching all these spreads, which was a good 6 hours or so, I saw that Amanda Rach Lee had uploaded her August bullet journal video, which was also Studio Ghibli themed. So my overarching theme for this month is Howl's Moving Castle, which was my first Studio Ghibli film. It was my introduction. And from that moment on, an obsession was born. For my title and quote page, I wanted to show the two sides of Howl, so like the flamboyant style that he shows other people and the more monstrous reality. So of course, I drew the iconic pink and purple coat. I wasn't sure how I wanted to colour over the written information, so I decided just to work on the mini calendar instead.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
I corrected this mistake by using some notepaper to cover it up, and I couldn't find my glue stick, so I ended up rolling up some sellotape into tiny thin strips and stuck those on the back of the notepaper, and stuck it down over the mistake. I always have a small calendar on my page so that I can come back to it and reference it for my various trackers. But as you'll see, making sure that this was correct didn't actually stop me from making many, many more mistakes. So I found some random pink and purple pens that I had in my stash. If I can find out where they came from, I'll link that in the description. I apparently forgot to hit record when I was colouring in the pink diamonds, but as you can see here, I decided just to colour the whole thing in with the pink and purple diamonds. I didn't leave any white space on this page. For the title diamonds, I decided to use a slightly darker pink and then used a pink fine liner to colour in the really small diamonds in between. And then I used my 0.3mm pen to write the letters of the month. Using my fountain pen, I wrote the quote, "I think we ought to live happily ever after," on the other page. And wait. Can you guys believe I have an English degree? So, ignoring that, I made this page much more simple because I wanted to hint at the monster side of Howl, so I focused on blues, blacks, and the feather motif. For my monthly spread, I also kept this quite simple and just used the colours from the previous page and the diamond motif. I did this because I wanted to do a sketch on the other page and I knew that would take up a lot of time and would be the focus point. I used my 0.1mm fine liner to do all the line work on Howl's Moving Castle. About halfway through the inking process, I very nearly threw in the towel, Howl style. You know, summoning the spirits of darkness, grabbing my black pen and colouring the entire thing in so I didn't have to look at these tiny, tiny lines anymore. But then, like Macbeth, I realised I was in blood, stepped in so far that should I wade no more, returning were tedious as go over. And so I sucked it up and finished it. And honestly, I'm real heckin' proud of this page. For my monthly goals page, I knew immediately what I wanted to draw. One of my favourite scenes from the film is when they're tidying up the castle and Turnip Head helps out by basically becoming a washing line. And I decided to draw this. I decided that each item of clothing that was on the washing line would be the box in which I would write each goal in. There are some social media goals and trackers, and some are more day-to-day goals and writing goals. I love Turnip Head so much, and drawing this spread made me want to make a Turnip Head cosplay, so watch this space. I decided to add a motivational quote from the incredible Sophie Hatter, which is, "You may be a turnip, but you're a good turnip." And I just think we should all try to be good turnips. For my trackers, I was really inspired by the interior of Howl's castle. I love all the little knickknacks and shiny things that are all over it. And in particular, I was inspired by Howl's room. So I decided to draw a big bookcase and fill it full of books and trinkets and knickknacks. And then each day I'll colour in the knickknack depending on the level of pain that I'm in. Some of these are split into like 2 sections, so I can do like a morning and an afternoon if it gets worse, or better. On the other page, I made my habit tracker. I've decided to cut down on the amount of daily habits I'm tracking to just 4, so I drew them as the 4 sides of the magical dial by Howl's door. In the text, each colour represents a different portal, so for me, each colour was a different habit I wanted to track. No black portal though. We're not making war a habit here, guys. One of the reasons I stopped tracking so many individual habits is because I wanted to experiment with a productivity tracker. So this would help me plan my day and my tasks, and then I could see what I would actually achieve over the course of the day. This tracker is also to see how my pain, in the previous trackers, affects my productivity and the tasks that I'm able to complete. And I messed up again. I just fixed this one by colouring over the day markers with the same coloured pen. And then I squeezed in a tiny 17 at the bottom of the first page, because I forgot that again. And so now we're on to my weekly spread. I'm switching back to the rolling dailies for this month because I found the boxes that I was doing before in June and July were just too restricting, and I wasn't using my bullet journal the way I wanted to. I did decide to keep a few things that I'd implemented in June and July, like this mini calendar in the top corner. I found that really helpful for tracking which week we were on, and then the notes and to-do sections in the same sort of bar. So with the mini calendar, I'll highlight which days are on the double spread, and that way I don't have to have a full week across the 2 pages. I can have just 2 or 3 days if I need to use the bullet journal more that week, or I could fit a full week on there another week if I'm not so busy. I again combined the 2 sides of Howl, so I used the diamond motif to create the border in between my toolbar and my days, and then I drew large blue feathers that looked like they were falling down the page to create the illustration for the date. And that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a like, and if you're new here, feel free to subscribe so we can hang out some more in the future. Remember to be a good turnip, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!